This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Sunday, November 14th, 2021. The title of this rant is, Can the U.S. really lead the world in reversing climate change? So a lot of crazy stuff's been going on domestically. It's hard to imagine that there was a big summit on global climate change in Glasgow in the past week. The U.S. exerted its authority, thankfully, but the thing is, how tentative is it? How much can they really do to reverse global climate change? And they can do a lot, but they have to maintain the leadership role. And when I say it's tentative, it means a lot of it depends on how well the Democrats do in the House and the Senate. So the election in 22 is very, very big. Because if the Republicans get anything in there, we're going to be gridlocked. They're not going to want to do anything in terms of dealing with the reality of global climate change. Of course, we're not going to get cooperation from Russia and China, even though China is making dramatic steps. They have a 100-year plan to be the leader in renewables. So they're working at it really hard. They're still polluting a heck of a lot, but they plan to reverse all that. But let's just say, let's hope that we can get the Build Back Better plan, and after that is signed, we need to get executive orders coming right from Joe, basically indicating that we need to keep all fossil fuels in the ground in perpetuity, is that it eternally, unendingly, that we have to extract the least amount as possible. We need to then work with all of our global partners and banks all over the world not to invest in any type of fossil fuel extraction process or coal plants or anything like that. And that we must dramatically, and I mean dramatically, increase the funding for research and development in renewables. And at the same time that we're doing this, Joe, who hasn't gone out quite as much as I would have liked him, needs to start right now into being full campaign mode in 2022. And of course, global climate change will be a big one, and there are many others, but he has to go in and he has to fight and he has to sell and he has to frame exactly how well the Democrats take care of this country as opposed to the Republicans. All right? Because let's just take an example. Carter, the oil crisis back in '77 put up solar energy on the White House. Reagan came in, took it right down, back to business as usual. Clinton was all for the Kyoto Accord. As soon as Bush came in, and especially Dick Cheney, they just dropped it. Obama came in, let's go with the Paris Accords. Trump just dropped the whole thing. The GOP represents the 19th century industrial energy. That's the energy we used to develop the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century. It's not. It needs to be gone. We need to rocket into the 22nd century for renewables. And guess what? The winners are the ones that are going to be able to lead the world. The winners are the ones that are going to be able to adapt fastest and to adapt dramatically. And that means dramatic investments in renewables and in all of those types of areas. Because basically it's going to be adapt or die. Miami only has so many years left, I guess. And by, say, attack mode, Joe must go out there and sell this. He must mock the Republicans. They're looking at a 2-century-old energy source that we need to get rid of, that is killing the planet, that is killing our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And he has to mock also the press to say, hey, man, you got to go after them. You have to have them defend their use of fossil fuels from now on. And just the last thing, the biggest thing of all, he needs to go out there and, again, express the idea that if Elon Musk, who is now worth all this money, they said that it would take 800,000 years for the average worker to equal the amount of money that he makes right now. Again, we have to attack the rich. And I know it's only November and it's a year away, but we have to go in full campaign and attack mode on global climate change. We need to lead the world.